was a long journey home. A long journey home. I took a long way home, long way home. It was a long, long journey home. I walked through the valley, past many trees, chasing my dreams. My journey started in Ohio. It was 1999, I do believe. Standing at a crossroad, do I go to Chicago? Mr. Hay- Long journey home. Yeah.
So it's been 15 days since I smoked my last cigarette, and 15 days since I've been on this journey, you know. I think that when you quit smoking, when you quit doing things, and you just like really clear your temple, I mean truly clear your temple, it's like it clears your focus. And it's almost like you can see things clearer that you wasn't able to see before because you were too busy, you know, doing things to mask the pain or cover the pain or whatever, like smoking cigarettes or, you know, getting high or whatever it is that you do. Like, you do those things to try to mask or cover up or put the pain behind so you don't got to think about the issue, so you don't got to think about the problem, so you don't got to face the situation. But when you decide to clear your temple, when you decide not to smoke anymore, not to drink anymore, not to do whatever it is that you've been doing to the point where it has become an addiction, once you go through that challenge period, it's like your whole mind and your spirit starts to go through a transition or a transformation. And you start to looking at things differently. You start to looking at situations differently. You start to looking at relationships differently. You start to looking at, you know, where you are in your life differently. You start to looking at the decisions that you've made in a different way. I think that I'm at that point right now where I'm looking at things out of a different set of glasses, you know. What's going on, Cynthia? What's going on? So it's just you start to looking at things, you start to looking at life differently. And those of you who you're not there, you're not going to understand what I'm saying on a spiritual level. And what I'm saying is probably going to just sound like a bunch of gibberish. But for those of you who your spirit is in tune, you can hear what I'm saying. There's times when you decide to clear your temple that it's like you see things differently. You hear things differently. You evaluate things differently. You start to realizing that sometimes where you are is because of decisions, you know? And all those decisions are not always good decisions. Some decisions that we make is just to, you know, just to satisfy our flesh, or just, you know, to satisfy a want, but they don't be the right decisions. But you can't always tell that when you're too busy getting high or getting drunk or or doing whatever it is that is masking what you're trying not to face. You know, most people, if you sit them down and you ask them about, you know, if you ask them, why do you drink? If you ask them, or if you ask them, what started you to drinking? Or if you ask them, what started you to smoking? Or if you ask them, what started you to doing drugs? What was the situation? What was the issue? If you get deep down into their psyche of who they are, a lot of times they'll either say it was because of a traumatic situation, or they'll say it's because, they they lost a loved one, or they had a horrible financial issue or trial or tribulation. It'll go back to some kind of traumatic situation. That's generally where it stems from. It usually stems from some type of traumatic situation. And then it's like they use the drugs and stuff to try to, to make it easier to deal with, to make it easier. Some people, it messes with their sleep, so they do it so they can go to sleep at night, because if they don't, then they'll be up like zombies thinking. Their mind will be thinking. They'll be thinking about the past, or thinking about the pain, or thinking about the issue, or whatever. Most people can take an addiction back to a traumatic situation. How you doing? So I'm at this point right now where I am evaluating my life. I'm evaluating my life. I'm evaluating where I am. I'm evaluating where I've been through what I've been through. I'm evaluating the people in my life, my circle, my situations, And I'm not evaluating it so that I can look for a scapegoat or somebody to blame it on. I'm just evaluating it so I can start making changes. So you got to be willing to make changes. You gotta be willing to accept, where you went wrong. And then you just gotta pray and ask God to help you, to redirect. I'm at that point in my life. I told you I was gonna take you on this journey with me. And I wasn't planning on taking you through a journey of just me, the good, high, happy. I'm taking you through the journey, That means the good and the bad, the ups and the downs. Because I would not be realistic if I told you that throughout this 31-day no smoking challenge that I don't have days where I'm fighting my flesh, where I'm fighting, where I'm going through the most, where I'm going. This is one of them days. I'm having one of them days. And I told y'all that when I do, don't be surprised if I pop up here randomly, because I need to talk, because this is my way of getting through it. It's better for me to do this than to go pick up a pack of cigarettes. So I'm doing what I got to do to get through. And I'm sharing my journey. I don't know what to say right now. I'm sharing my journey. God put this in my spirit to share my journey, He put it in my heart to share my journey. And a lot of people would be like, why are you being so, showing your life like this? Like, why are you, exposing yourself like this? Maybe this is my assignment.
It's times like this. Times like this. Be my Superman.
things to do when you're making changes in your life is making decisions on who is going to stay and who are you going to let go. I think that's one of the hardest things. Deciding who to keep in your life and who it's time to say that that chapter is over. That's the hardest thing. Especially when you feel like you love somebody. It's hard. That's a hard thing. But sometimes it's necessary, you know? It's necessary for the growth on all levels. On behalf of everyone. I think that this 21 or this 31 day journey has just allowed me to look at things in a different perspective. I don't feel like I'm doing really the withdrawal thing so much no more. I just feel like my temple is clearer. And because my temple is clearer, it's like I can see a little bit better. You know, I wouldn't be me, and I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't show all stages of this whole transformation. I wouldn't be me. Never been fake about nothing. I'm authentic about every aspect of who I am. The good, the bad, and the ugly. That's what the young lady that I've been following, and she really spiked off this whole 828 Salads and More really spiked off this whole transformation thing for me, because I said, you know what? If this young girl can expose herself to the point where she can admit to the world that that she's going through these emotional things or whatever, and she wants to make a change, and she's willing to do that, and she's willing to expose her journey doing that. That really gave me some stuff. Like, if this little girl can quit eating or do or exercise or do whatever it is that she's trying to do to change her life, I can't tackle something like cigarettes that I've been trying to fight for 10 years now. So she really inspired me. She inspired me, little girl inspired me. And so as I've been promoting her change, I've been going through my own. And when you take that step of faith to go through change, you just never know all the different valleys and stuff that'll happen once you can see things clearer. You know? I'm just going through, I'm just going through my own change. I'm just going through my own, my own situation. I'm going through my own journey, and I'm just sharing the journey because it's a big journey for me, emotionally. But it's also healing, because now I can when you start to clear your temple and you're able to see things clearly, then you can start to look at the decisions that you make and understand, why do I make certain decisions, and why is it that certain decisions end up taking me around the same mountain, so that I keep having to face the same situation. Like, there's got to be a reason for that. Like, why am I back at step one? Why did I make a whole U-turn and just to come around to be right back where I left off at. Like, what is the decision that I'm making, or what is going on? What lesson have I not learned that I'm back at stage one again? You feel what I'm saying? I'm just sharing my journey. It's almost like I'm going through the healing process. And in that healing process, I'm looking at what I can't let back in, what I gotta let go, and what I gotta change about me. You know, people love when they go through stuff. They like to always find somebody to point the finger at, because they don't never want to point the finger at themselves. You know. Today is day 15 for me. No cigarettes. Cold turkey.
No ownership equals no say. Stop killing in the music, okay? What happened to the music today?
I appreciate y'all today. I think today is just the day that I'm glad that y'all understand that you're not the only one that's going through stuff. You're not by yourself, you know. Spooky Ann, when you're right. Sometimes it's good to know, you know, that you're not alone. God says we're never alone. No, God, you know, that's in His Word, and He'll never give you more than you can bear. And at the end of every storm, there's a rainbow, and that God will always send what and whom you need when you need it. I'm just going through. This is part of my transformation. This is part of my transition. And what I'm proud about it is that I'm doing it without reverting to old ways. I'm doing it and I'm going through it without smoking a cigarette. You know, I'm doing it without grabbing what I normally grab when I'm going through something. You know what I'm saying? Normally when I'm going through days like this, the first thing I do is I go smoke. But I'm like, Jesus, I'm going to get through these 31 days. And I'm going to be stronger at the end of it, because I made it through the ups and downs without reverting, without giving up, without giving in, without quitting. Starting something is easy for most people, or for some people. Some people can't even start, you know. Some people have a problem with even starting. But then for those, some people starting is easy. The problem is in not quitting. The problem is in staying the course. I'm trying to learn how to stay the course. Today I've been real emotional all day. I didn't have to wear glasses everywhere I went so people wouldn't see me crying, you know. I don't even know if you can tell I've been crying, but I've been trying to put on glasses to hide, to mask, you know, what I've been going through, what I'm going through. Trying to make plans, trying to do what I can do, trusting God what I can. and trying to be the most authentic me that I can be, you know.
Indeed. Shout out to my dear brother, Oldest Kill. Indeed. You are everything to me. Indeed. Family, listen to the
So,
play featuring
yeah, I'm in my I'm going through it right now. But I told y'all that I would take y'all through this journey with me. And that if I popped up randomly, it's because this is something I need to help me get through. But I am realizing that my ability to not smoke is getting stronger. Even when I'm like, normally I would have smoked 10 cigarettes by now. I would have been back to back to back to back. But I'm understanding that those are not the techniques that I'm trying to use anymore, because I'm trying to change who I am. I'm trying to change different aspects of my life. And when you start to decide that you're going to change different aspects of your life, you got to also look at all the conditions and the environmental things that are around you. And then you got to decide, while I'm changing, do they get to stay the same? Or is it time for me to also make changes in my environment so that it matches the new me? You know? Amen. You know. There are a lot of people who, I'm just going to say, there's people like, for instance, let's say if you're somebody who was a crackhead. You've been a crackhead, that's how you've been a crackhead. You're a functional crackhead. You go to work, you come home, and you do crack. You're a functional crackhead, right? And maybe you live with a bunch of functional crackheads, or you live in a crack house or whatever. But at the time when you decide, I'm not going to do crack no more. Let's just say you were to say that, right? If you were a crackhead, I'm not going to do crack no more. So you start to making a conscious decision to no longer do crack anymore. And so while you're, and at first, you didn't have a problem with being in the crack house because everybody was doing crack. You was doing crack, they was doing crack. But when you decide, I'm not going to do crack anymore, then the question is, do you remain in the house with crackheads, or do you start to separate yourself and get around other people who are also trying to quit crack? And then, so that you're in a different environment that strengthens what you're trying to do. Or do you try to quit crack but then still live in the crack house? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you got to make decisions. And I know that's real extreme, but I'm just trying to show that when you start to making changes in your life, about whatever it is, or let's just say that ain't got nothing to do with drugs. Let's say that you are gambling. You're a gambling alcoholic, right? Or gambling, I don't know what they call it, y'all, with people who have issues with gambling. But let's just say your whole household, everybody gambles. It's a gambling thing, and nobody money is right because everybody gambling is just crazy. But when you decide, I'm not going to do that no more, what do you do? Do you stay and continue to be around those who do the thing that is your weakness, or do you walk away from that and you start to try to be in a different environment where you're no longer tempted by that? You understand what I'm saying? Oh gosh. Yeah. This has been a really tough year for me, y'all. And so, but I know that quitting smoking is something that I've been working on. I'm not getting any younger. I'm about to be 55 years old, so it's like I got to quit. How you gonna, I gotta quit. It's time. It's time to quit. That's the bottom line. It's time to quit. So I gotta put that S on my chest, right? And I gotta be strong for the purpose, for the cause, and lay down the addiction. Make changes where I can make changes, Even if that change causes me to have to start from the bottom and work my way back up. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just sharing my journey, you know. This is probably the not so fun part about the transition. This is why a lot of people do drugs so they don't have to go or deal with this part. They don't want to deal with this part. They don't want to deal with the emotional up and down roller coaster ride that you go through, or the mood swings and the different situations that you go through when you're trying to control the flesh and no longer give it what it wants. You know, when you're trying to, say, no, I'm not giving in this time. We just gonna have to deal with this emotion. We have to deal with this mental, spiritual, whatever. We're going to get through it so we can get on the other side of it. But I'm not going back to what I prayed to God to help me get out of. You know? I gotta pick up the pace. No more time to waste. Gotta put on my cape. I gotta win this race. Gianna, Christian, I believe that too. I just feel, the hardest part is when you make a decision in your mind that you're about to change. You're about to change. It's easy to say it, but the true work comes in when you decide to do it. You feel what I'm saying? It's easy to say it. Oh yeah, I'm about to quit this. Oh yeah, I'm about to leave this. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna do this no more. It's easy to say it. The true work comes in when you decide you're going to do it, and you're going to do it no matter what, and no matter at what cost, and no matter if you got to let go of relationships or people or jobs or situations or whatever. And when you decide this is what I'm going to do, and you stick to it, even if it hurts, even if it causes tears, even if it breaks your heart. And just pray to God will give you what you need to get through it. That's the thing. I just wanted to just going through my little thing, and I just wanted to just want to share my journey. So for any of you out there that you're going through your own trials and tribulations, you're going through your own, trying to quit doing something, trying to change your environment, trying to change things so that you can do things better, do things differently, When you start to decide, okay, you know what, I deserve better than this. I deserve more than this. And the only way that I can get better is I gotta change me. I gotta start with me. I can't point fingers at nobody and blame nobody for where I am, because I'm the one who made that decision. But at any point in the journey, as long as I wake up in the morning, I can redirect. And I can ask God to help me refocus and get back on the right path, on the right track. I know I'm talking in riddles, but if you've ever been at a crossroad in your life where you're trying to decide which way to go, which path to take, then you'll understand where I'm at right now. If you've ever been in a place in your life where you had to make an emotional decision where it would be it's more difficult to let go, but letting go is for the best, then you'll understand the emotions that I'm going through. If you've ever tried to quit something, you know, that you've been doing for so long, that it's almost become a part of who you are, then you'll understand how I feel right now, you know. Amen. Gianna Christian. Gianna Christian said, I'm going through a similar situation right now. Let the Lord guide you because he will provide. Amen. You change everything. God will provide new friends. All of the old things have passed away. Where said, find better, more productive crackheads with jobs. Mr. What's that? HUWWWWW said, nah, you gotta get away. You can't be for God while hanging with the devil. And then somebody must have said something crazy, because it says message held for review. So that was somebody ignorant, most likely, which I'm not in the mood for that today. Things are hard because it's the end. It's worth it. God bless you, Mama, and I wish you the very best. Thank you, Mr. HUWWWWW. How mean people not afraid of karma. Say hallelujah. Thank you, Miss Spooky Ann. Thank you, Bernard Williams. He said, God got you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Hush Money, Statson, whatever. Yeah, it makes you stronger. Yeah. Okay, who's it? Kavash? Why are you? I'm possessed. What's wrong with you? You better pray that possession off of you, whatever's wrong with you. Spooky Ann, I know it. I know I ain't the only one. There's a lot of people going through stuff right now of different levels. You know, everybody just doesn't show what they're going through, you know. Everybody don't show it. Everybody doesn't, you know. People, you could be sitting next to somebody at work every day. They smile and laugh every day, and you would be shocked. They go home and you hear next week they committed suicide. What? That person was always happy. That person was always laughing. This, that, and the other. But people be going through stuff on the inside. People don't always let you know what's going on. You can't always look at somebody's face and tell if they're going through something. Everybody is not open. People could be getting abused at home in domestic violence relationships, getting beat down by their partner, getting emotionally abused, and come to work every day smiling. You would never know unless you saw a bruise on their face or something that they was going through anything. Everybody is not open to what they're going through. You know, when you hear about people who got killed by a domestic violence partner, you know, they may have never shown that there was any issues, you know. People be going through stuff. Everybody do. Everybody got. We all here trying to figure out how to make it through this thing called life. We all here trying to figure out how to get through this journey. You know what I'm saying? And we all trying to figure out what are the lessons that we're here to learn. What are we supposed to be getting out of this? What? And you know, if you met somebody and the relationship didn't work out, instead of blaming, oh, this person didn't do this, that, and the other, try to figure out. We should try to figure out what were we supposed to learn from that relationship. What was we supposed to learn? Why did that person enter our life? What was we supposed to get from that? Well, you know, can't always point the finger at other people. A lot of times, you know, relationships are only a mirror of who you are. So the areas that you don't like about yourself is what you usually don't like about other people. You know? Spooky Ann said, thanks for sharing. It makes others not feel so alone. I hope so. I hope so. You know, I hope so. Right, I'm doing good, Bernard Williams. I'm doing good with not smoking. I promise God I am. No, I ain't smoked, and today would have been one of them days. You know, El May. It's not that anything in particular happened. I'm just going through. You know, I'm just going through, and I told everyone that when I started this 31-day challenge that I would show the journey. This is part of the journey, you know. Thank you, King Sadan. He said, keep your head up, Queen. Oh, he said he don't want to see me like this. Oh, I appreciate that. Or she. I don't know if that's a she or a him. Well, it gotta be a he because it says King. Arula, love you too. Thank you. Appreciate you. You like my glasses? Thank you, Spooky. I know my daughter got these for me. I thought it was a little different, but heck, it hides real good, I think. Thank you, Bernard. I feel better, you know. I feel better. Talking to y'all has made me feel better. You know, sometimes it's like that, you know. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, you gotta talk things out, you know. You gotta do whatever helps you get past that moment, you know. Right now, I'm just trying to really keep my eyes focused on God and trying to make it through these 31 days and just see what happens at the end of this 31-day challenge. And you know, when people ask me, well, when you get to that 31-day challenge, are you going to be done with cigarettes? And my goal, right at the middle point of where I am right now, you know, I'm feeling like, yeah, because I feel like if I can make it through 15, then, you know, I can make it through 31. And if I can make it through 31, you know, then I can make it through 45. And I can make it through 45, I can make it through 60. You know, I just feel like if I keep going, I can make it through. I can just make it through. Thank you, Hands. Hello, John. Can you play for big guys? I don't know what, is that a song or something? I don't know what that is. I'm in Atlanta right now, AJ. Barry White, I don't know who Barry White is. Tannis, you said after a few days, you can start to smoke. Go somewhere and sit down. Why would you say that? Thank you for that encouragement, sis. D.O., you don't like my glasses? I feel better. I feel better. Let the music cruise through your body. Jay Bush, Pally Bell, Teddy Pendergrass, Gladys Knight, Jeffrey Osborne, the OJ. What is that? Your favorite music or something? What's your favorite music? You gotta have faith. I don't know what you're. You gotta believe. DEO, I don't really know what you're saying. These are braids. They're braids. These braids. DEO, what do you really want? You on here to start something, say something. I ain't really in that kind of mood today, in all honesty. So if you don't got something nice to say, can you please find somebody else to torture? Because I'm not really in the mood for any negative energy from anybody negative. So if your energy is negative and you just came on here to be a bully or be mean or something like that, please go somewhere else because I'm not in the mood for your kind today. You're okay, well then let me go ahead and block you so you can go be negative on somebody else's thing because I'm not in the mood. Let me see. So go somewhere else and be negative, but not over here because I'm good. I'm good on that. Thank you, Sassy. I don't even understand why people. Why are people like that? I don't. I never understand what is the joy that they get from jumping on people's lives and saying negative stuff and bringing negative energy. Is that like what's the point of that? I don't know what the point of that is. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Thank you, Johnny. I braided it myself. I've been wearing my natural hair for a couple of months now. But you know, I'm if people who follow me know that I changed my hairstyles. You know, so when I'm in the mood for a natural look, I'll wear my natural hair. When I'm ready for a different look, I'll braid my hair up. If I feel like a wig, I'll wear a wig. I do what feels good for me, you know, because people gonna always have something to say. People are gonna always judge. One person feels this way. Oh, you should do this. Another person feels like you should do that. The question is, how do you feel about you? How do you feel like you look? What do you feel like today? You know, because it's all about how you feel. I'm past the point of caring what other people think. You know, when I was younger, I used to care because I used to get bullied a lot. You know what I'm saying? Bullied because I was dark skinned. Bullied because of this. Bullied because of that. I used to get bullied a lot. So you know, after a certain period of time, you get tough to that, and it don't even bother you no more. So you know, I the Lord told me I'm a queen. That's what God told me. Regardless of what my hair looked like, regardless of what my skin looked like, regardless of who my mom and daddy was, regardless of what my race is. He said he made me a queen. So that's how I look at it. I don't care. Shortcomings and all. Good days, bad days. Ugly days, fun days. Who cares? Because people going to always have something to say. You know? But let me see. Jay Bush said the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Bobby Womack. Oh, you just want to hear some kind of music. You don't give a darn what music it is. Okay. Let me say what Johnny said. Johnny said, "Damn, you are glowing. If you were in my country." That's so funny. So that nobody can ever steal you. Oh my. Yeah, that's nice of you to say. Wherever your country is, that's nice. Thank you. I actually like all that music. I actually like all that music, Jay Bush. I even like the Beatles, Bobby Womack. I like all of it. I'm guessing you're putting all this music down here because those are songs that you like. I'm guessing. You know, like he's giving me right now. Yeah, so my phone's going crazy. So y'all have a good day. Thank you for being here to encourage me. Appreciate you. I know that's right, Kiana. Way that I get myself out of bad moods is I gotta listen to music. Sometimes I listen to my own music. But I still listen to music. You see it your way, and I see it my way. We're going the long way down this highway. I wish it was Monday, then we had a fun day. It hurts like a toothache, and it's only Tuesday, and there's not much to say. And it's blatant, the look on your face when you said what you said. Don't say it again. 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 It hurts like a knife, turning, burning. Oh snap. Oops. You see it your way, and I see it my way. We're going the long way down this highway. I wish it was Monday when we had a fun day. It hurts like a toothache, and it's only Tuesday, and there's not much to say. And it's blatant, the look on your face when I said what you said. Don't say it again. 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 It's Mr. Stout. It hurts like a knife, turning, burning. You turn cold as ice, and now that I'm learning, I'm deserving better things in life. Before you say things, you should think twice. Ain't no sense of you yelling and turning on red. That's what the wrong one. Put this up in your head. Don't say it again. Don't say it again. Don't say it again. Don't say it again. Don't say it. Don't say it again. Don't say it again. Just don't say it again. Don't say it, baby. No, no. Don't say it. You hurt me when you say it. Don't say it again. Don't say it again. Don't say it again. Don't say it again. So, it was a long journey home. A long journey home. I took the long way home. It was a long past the trees and over the mountains. Yeah, I wanted to follow my dreams, so I took the long way home. It was a long, long journey home. I walked through the valley, past many trees, chasing my dreams. It was a long, long journey home. A long, long journey home. I walked through the wilderness, had many tests, learned many lessons. Yeah, I refuse to take any shortcuts that might have shortened my journey. So I took a step of faith and went to a city I never been. That journey took 20 years. Yeah, it was a long, long journey home. You know, my journey with music has been as long as my journey of faith has been. Before I left Columbus, Ohio in 1999, I had never sang. I never wrote any books, never did any movies. I didn't even know the creative gifts was in me. I really didn't even know. It wasn't until I got to Atlanta that I discovered the gifts within. It's not till I got to Atlanta, and it took a step of faith for me to even get to Atlanta in 1999. Pregnant with 2 kids. Pregnant and with 2 kids. But you know what? In all honesty, if it was not for what I had gone through, if it had not been for those trials and tribulations that led me to even take that big of a step of faith, none of the things that happened, and I'm not talking about the bad things or the things that would challenge me, but I'm talking about the blessings. I'm talking about the creative gifts. I'm talking about all the stuff that came after that. Like, none of that would have been if I had not been able to withstand the trial and tribulation and the transition and take that step of faith. So I understand that what I'm going through right now is temporary, and what you're going through right now, if you're going through a storm in your life right now, if you're going through trials and tribulations, if you're trying to quit an addiction, if you're trying to get out of a bad relationship, if you're trying to get to a better income, better job, trying to get through school, whatever your thing is, whatever you're trying to get through, whatever. And if it seems like you're going through the worst of it right now, I understand that it's temporary. We know that it's temporary. And that after every storm, at the end of every test, there is a blessing. There is something, to congratulate you for your obedience, for making it through, for not giving in, for not throwing in a towel, for not quitting. There's always a blessing at the end, Just like when our children do good and we tell them, you do good and you do this, that, and the other, and you get through this, then at the end there's going to be a blessing. We're going to go to the store and get you some ice cream or whatever the promise is that the parent makes to the child. I feel like God does us the same way. When we get through something, when we get through a trial or tribulation, thank you, Cop or Coop. Thank you, Miss Deborah. Thank you, Miss Christian. Whenever we get through a challenging season and we make it through without quitting, without throwing in a towel, without cursing God, without being angry, without all that kind of stuff that we could go through when our faith is being tested, if we can make it through that, and on the other side of that, there's always a blessing. On the other side of that, turmoil, or that test or that situation or that trauma or that drama or whatever, there's always a blessing because you made it through. It's almost like a graduation. You graduated. You know, you graduated. You made it through. Even when a relationship ends, we don't need. It doesn't have to be. You know, everybody hating each other and all that kind of stuff. Because at some point you loved each other. If the situation has where one person has outgrown the situation, or they just don't want to continue within that same energy, that doesn't mean you have to hate each other or stop loving each other. You can love each other, just the love changes, the situation changes. But somebody recognized that, hey, you can't move forward. You can't be, you don't gotta be trying to hate the person because they want to move in a different direction. You just gotta let them go in that different direction and understand that connection must have been only for a season. Every relationship is not a lifetime type situation. Some relationships are just so you can learn whatever you needed to learn and then move forward, and just make sure that you don't, go through that same cycle again. That's all. You learn what you're supposed to learn and move forward. You ain't got to be hating each other and stuff and all that kind of stuff. Why waste that kind of energy when there was once love there? You need to just understand how to get through the challenge, how to get through it, and just and let the relationship turn to a friendship. That's the best way. Especially if you started friends. If you started friends, you became, love interest, but for whatever reason it didn't work, you should be able to go back to friends. You shouldn't be hating each other, because that's not the energy that you started on. You gotta disrespect each other and all that kind of stuff. When something ends, you just move forward and just understand that was a time in your life, and cherish those memories and move forward. Things ain't gotta be evil and toxic and all that kind of stuff later for that. Same when that it's time for you to make changes. You ain't got to be blaming everybody for your downfall. Just understand that this is a lesson you have to learn, and you learn from it and you move forward. And you try not to make the same mistakes again. But you got to acknowledge your own self in whatever didn't work, whether it's a job, a relationship, or whatever. You got to see what your part of it is. You can't be one of the kind of people that always point the finger at everybody else, because you are part of that dynamic. So what was it about you? You got to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, some of this, the reason why this didn't work was because of me, and these are the situations and things that I need to work on, and then move forward accordingly. But everything ain't gotta be horrible and sad. Go through your stages of grief or whatever you got to do to get through it, but then just keep moving forward, because life is too short. Tomorrow ain't promised. They got the best ice cream. No, I'm not from Tampa, but they got the best. I didn't know Tampa had good ice cream. So I just need to get on here and talk, y'all. Today was one of them days when I just needed my YouTube. I call y'all fam, my YouTube fam. I just needed some support, and I told y'all as I'm going through this journey that I would be popping up here random times. I did let y'all know ahead of time. Like, when I need to talk, I'm going to jump up here and I'm going to talk. And that's how I get through my moment. And I got through it. Thank you. And it was temporary. I feel better now. Thank y'all for your words of encouragement. Thank you for just popping in to see what's going on with Patricia M. Goins. Thank you. And for those of you who you are going through your own, you join me in this challenge, and you trying to get through your thing. I understand. Do like me and pop up and do you a live, or go talk to somebody, and get yourself through that moment, because those feelings are temporary. You go through the moment. It is, but you're still, like, I know that today was like a pivotal point in my life. And I was able to get through the emotional side of that without reverting back to what I normally do when I get upset or uptight or anxious or, emotional about something. I was able to just talk my way through it and play some music like I normally do. And just, know the guy gonna bring me through. So that's basically what that is. So thank y'all for talking me through this, because I needed this today. I just needed to talk. I just needed this. I needed this. I feel better. I do. I feel better. So peace and love to y'all. This was my. I've been trying to do a video every day. As I go through my 31 days, which I'm at the halfway point now, because I'm 15 days in. I haven't smoked in 15 days. No cigarettes in 15 days. Praise God for that. That's a big thing for me. I promise you. That's big for me because I've been smoking for more than 30 years. So to quit cold turkey for 15 days, that's a big accomplishment for me. You gotta pat yourself on the back for the little victories, for the little milestones. That's how you continue to move forward. You can't, look and say, how come, Darren, I've been smoking for 30 years and just, be mad at yourself. You just say, hey, today I decided I was going to quit smoking and I'm going to take it one day at a time. And for every day that I get through, it's a day of victory. Praise God. And for every day I get through the withdrawals, for every day I get through the emotional up and downs, for every day that I make it through, I am one day closer to the goal or the plan, one day closer to victory. I'm learning. You got to take this quitting an addiction thing one day at a time. That's why they tell people in AA, when you quit drinking, it's a one day at a time. If you can get through the whole day without drinking, you did something great. You go through another day without drinking, you did great. One day at a time. And then some people are like, well, I can't quit cold turkey. Well, then don't start off cold turkey then. Start off with time limits. That's, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., I'm not going to smoke, or I'm not going to do whatever it is that you're trying to quit doing. For 8 hours a day, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it between these hours and these hours. Like, start off with what you can do. Just start somewhere. Then once you get through it, find the things that give you peace, or the things that allow you to redirect your focus when the withdrawal feelings come, or when those feelings of depression or sadness or whatever it is that you go through when you're trying to quit something. People go through different types of withdrawal, So figure out what it is that you're able to do, and do that thing that'll help you get past those moments like what I had today. I went through a whole breakdown moment today, and I'm but this breakdown moment is forcing me to recognize some stuff, to understand some stuff, to admit some stuff, to look at my own flaws and make changes. And then the thing is, when you decide that you want to make a change, everybody not going to always agree with the change. Everybody not always going to understand the change. And, it be like that sometimes. Everybody not going to, agree with the change. Some people don't even want you to change. They want you to stay, in that certain energy because they don't want to change. And they feel like if you change, you're going to be trying to change them, and they don't want to change, or whatever. But you got to do what's best for you. And for the ones who, they not really trying to change, then let them continue to be who they are. You can't change people. Only one who can change people is God. A person got to be ready. People got to be ready for change. If they're not ready, then they're not ready. But you can't, not change just because somebody else don't want to change. Like when I used to be working in the treatment centers, and these couples would come in. Both of them addicted to cocaine, or both of them addicted to fentanyl or whatever. And one of them really would want to change, but then the other one could not get through the withdrawals, feelings or whatever. And so they would start making the other person feel like, I'm about to leave, and if you not gonna leave with me, then that's you, but I'm leaving, and this and that. So they start to making the other person feel bad. They start the manipulation stuff to make them feel like they didn't want to stay, and then both of them end up leaving. When the person who wanted the treatment, who wanted to stay, should have stayed and been like, listen, you're not gonna stop my growth because you don't want to change. Anyway, I feel better now. So I appreciate y'all for stopping through. I needed y'all's love and y'all's encouragement today, y'all. I needed that. I really did. I needed the love. So I hope that y'all have a blessed day today.
Eric was way behind.
This is my, I'm in here in my car. I'm waiting for somebody to come out of somewhere. I really do love this song right here, though. This is probably one of my favorite songs on this track. It probably is, really. Probably one of my favorite songs. I wrote this song during the pandemic. Mr. Stout, aka Scheme Beats, DJ Scheme, he did the beat. Hold my hand, let's fly away. Love your fellow man in times like this. Tomorrow owes you nothing, baby. So live your life today. In times like this. Times like these, times like these, please leave your footprints in the sand. It's called Times Like This. Times like this, in times like this, for so very long, we've had our eye on the prize. Sometimes we didn't think we'd make it through. But times like this remind us why we have this skin, to share with you. In times like this, times like these, times like these, in times like this. Thank y'all so much for checking this out and helping me through this little moment. Peace and love to y'all.